everyone which seeth the Son and believeth on him may have everlasting life. And I will raise him up at the last day. We've been raised up. And the Jews then murmured at him. They was murmuring at him. We think he is. Because he said, I am the bread which came down from heaven. And they said, is not this Jesus? Is not this Mashiach Yahushua, the son of Joseph, whose father and mother we know? How is it then that he said, I came down from heaven? Mashiach Yahushua therefore answered and said to them, you remember what he said? Murmur not among yourselves. No man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. It is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of the Most High. Every man therefore that hath heard and hath learned of the Father cometh unto me. Not that any man have seen the Father, say he which is of the Father, he hath seen the Father. So who's seen the Most High? That's why he said it in St. John. He said it once before in St. John 1 and 18. No man has seen the Most High at any time. So people say, oh, that was the Most High. When he put Moses in the rock and said, you can see my back part. He said, no man has seen the Most High at any time. The only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he hath declared him. That's a Mashiach Yahushua that they sing. But see, if you don't put them there in the Bible of the book, then you don't really know him. And you don't know of the Father. Because the only way you know the Father is to know of the Son, because he's the one that declared the Most High. I hope y'all understand this. Because these are the things, these are mysteries that's not known, that need to be known in these last days, before it's too late. Look at Matthew 11, verse 25. Matthew 11 and 25. At that time, Mashiach answered and said, I thank thee, O Most High Father, power of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent of this world, and have revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father, neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. That's how you know the Most High, through how Mashiach Yahushua will reveal him. So how is it that you've been revealed of the Most High and you didn't know enough of the Son in the Old Testament? Because he ain't been brought up. And that's what they had to go by, the law and the prophets only. At this time, we read these scriptures here in Matthew. See, all things are delivered unto me, verse 27, and of my Father. And no man knoweth the Son but the Father, neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. Say, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, he said, and I will give you rest. You gotta come to me so we can go to the Father. And the Father will be glorified in him, he can give you that rest. Because you say, finally you understand order. You understand the ordinances of the Most High. How we want things to be. He said, learn of me. You take my yoke upon you and learn of me. For I am meek, he's humble, and lowly in heart, lowly in mind. And ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Give it to him, and you can take it to the Father. And bring me that peace that he says he's going to give us. very important. Galatians 5:24. Galatians 5:24. Galatians 5:24. And they that are Mashiachim have crucified the flesh with their affections and lusts. And that's what we're dealing with. They that are Mashiachim have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust thereof. That's why he told us in Romans 12:1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. Our bodies have to become that living sacrifice, to become a new creature, to be born again, to become that new man or that new woman. You gotta let your body be a living sacrifice, and your body has to be holy, acceptable to the Most High, which is your reasonable service. He said, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Not remaining the same, but the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Was it do what? Do what he said to him. Galatians 6. Now let's go into the flesh and the affections and the lust that you do. A lot of times, a lot of people are dealing with things because it's their own lust and their own affections that they're dealing with, why they end up sinning and so forth. Look at Galatians 5. And we're going to start at verse 17. I'll read verse 16. This I say then, Galatians 5:16. Walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So you walk in the Spirit, you're going to think about being afraid of the Most High, thinking about what's right, and not doing what's evil. It says, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. That's a war. That's a battle between the Spirit and the flesh. Your carnal and your spiritual side. You want to be right, hear that flesh telling you to do wrong. And you allow the flesh overrule the Spirit. That's why you got to fight against the flesh with the Spirit. Let the Spirit win out. Well, the flesh lusts against the Spirit. That's what you're dealing with. That lust is against the Spirit of the Most High. And the Spirit against the flesh. The Spirit of the Most High is warned against these things that we get ready to talk about and go through as the lust of the flesh and affections of the flesh. As we just read. For the flesh lusts against the Spirit and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would. See? They're contrary one to the other. That's why you got to let the Spirit win and work on the Spirit. And have loyalty if you allow the Spirit to win over the flesh and your affection that's evil. And will do the things of this world, or your world, your personal world, that's contrary to the word and the Spirit of the Most High. Verse 18, but if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law, because you're going to be doing what's right, according to thus saith the Most High, his rules and regulations. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, a man going with a married woman going outside of her marriage with another man, that's adultery, fornication. You got spiritual fornication, those that believe in other idols and powers in this world. These religions, a lot of these religions are nothing but fornication because they deal with what? Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz, but not even knowing. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, inordinate sexual acts and so forth, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred. Hatred is a spirit of the flesh. You walk around hating people. Variance, changing, wishy-washy, relations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, this doctrine, that doctrine, this doctrine, that doctrine, arguing with each other, envying people, murderers, hating your brother, drunkenness, drinking all the time, changing from a nice person to an evil person or a bad person. When you get drunk, you change. You're drunk. You're alcoholic. Drunkenness. You can't do this work and be a drunkard. You ain't gonna make it as a drunkard. Drunkenness, revelings, all the time arguing, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not, I repeat, shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. The spirit is warned against the flesh. Why do you want to be cast into that lake of fire, where the worms never die and fire never quench? Ephesians 4:24. Ephesians 4:24. And that you put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. And the only way you can get this is to follow the laws of the Most High. Wherefore putting away lying, I'm supposed to be lying. Speak every man truth, which is contrary to a lie, opposite of a lie, with his neighbor. For we are members one of another. We gotta be, even if you're wrong, so what? You're wrong, admit your faults. And repent, and keep moving. You ain't gotta lie. That's pride. That'll make you lie. Or you know you're not right. So therefore, you shut down because you don't want nobody to see that you don't know something. Man, we all don't know something. We know in part, outside part. It's something that every last one of you can say that somebody else don't know how to do it, didn't have the understanding of it. But here you are, your pride got you so caught up that you don't want to seem like you're dumb or wrong. Man, we all stupid and dumb as ever. In one way or another, something that you don't know, you're stupid. You're dumb, you're ignorant, you're not knowing. Get off yourself, man. We all have this. You mean to tell me, I know I can bring up something I know you can't do. A lot of things none of us can do. So what are we? We're very intelligent in doing it? No, we're very stupid. Very ignorant, not knowing how to do something. So get off yourself, man. We can't be like that. I'm glad I came up when I came up. We was like, you had to participate, and you was right or wrong, then now you was loud right, be loud wrong. Get all into it, just sit down and be a man up and just put your head up for the next question. Next answer. Keep it moving. Now, but it's so sensitive, like inflammable. I can't relate these women being off and nah, that's off, that's not right. Then men just shut down. Women still be wrong and still participate. Men be wrong and that's what they don't know. And you can't, I know it because women is on the phone conference or women is in front of you in the press. Get out of here, man. But a lot of it is why you're like that. I don't care, I tell you, I don't know everything. A whole lot of things I learned from everybody, so. And I could be wrong. Because we working to be perfect. So I'm not, I don't like that. I don't like that kind of spirit. That's not manly. Men. It's not manly. You got men up, once I call men, we want y'all to be men. Be strong. I'm not in this with nobody's favor but the Most High, and my shout out shy, and the love that I have for my people. And it ain't gonna all the time be the way you think it should be in all this old effeminate way that most men are. You gotta tell people how they their faults and how they gotta change and be right. Like what we're reading right now. And we can make that change. We members one of another. We a body of Mashiach Shah. We are the call of the Most High. We're family. We're a spiritual family. But when you separate yourself as such, then you show that how you gonna make it when you can't allow those feelings to take control of you. You allow those feelings to take control of you. That's emotions. Come on. That's why we gotta grow up. We gotta come into unity. Everybody have made mistakes. Every one of us. We just don't know how to read. And some still can't read the Bible as they should. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there. I ask a lot of questions that people don't have the answers, the correct answers. But at least they participate. I don't think nobody really, tripping on no one. We get to know each other somewhat. That's what it's all about. I'm just, tell men gotta step up and know that. Don't shut down because no women around. I know that's what's happening. We call it men. We're gonna have to rule this whole world forever and ever and ever. Ain't gonna be no emotion, ain't no effeminate man going on to the kingdom. Straight up. We started raising up an army. And in the army, even in Esau's army, you go to boot camp, they don't be whispering to you. They be breaking you down, breaking your spirit down, and you can take orders. Verse 26, be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. See? You might get angry, but calm down. Take 25 deep breaths. Calm your butt down. Don't let the sun go down upon your wrath. You sitting there meditating on this and that and getting an attitude. No, you gotta let that go. You have to let that go. Else, you're going to get sick. As it is written. You got to let that go. That's why I mean the word of the Most High is powerful. It's sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the marrow of the bone. That's why the Most High told us this. Look, for all you that the conscience is touched right now, I told you this. In Ecclesiastes 30:21, it said, give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself. You afflict yourself in thine own counsel, in the way you think. And that's what Most High said, be ye angry and sin not. In Ephesians 4:26. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Say, neither